This Lyft driver denied me service. Be C of my size.
What you saying?
Yeah, I got no space in my car is small.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me. So, I'm sorry.
What am I gonna do about my money?
I'm gonna cancel you. You're not gonna be charged.
So you telling me I can't get in the Lyft because I can't fit in your car?
Yeah, you need to order a bigger car.
What makes you think I can't fit in the car?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What makes you think I can't fit in this car?
Because the car is small in the back.
My best friend has a Benz that's newer than this that I can fit in. That's the same size.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't.
So you really telling me I'm too big to get in your car, so I gotta order another Lyft?
Yeah. And to be more specific with you, I got very tired tires.
What I got to do with your tires?
Yeah, and you have no space.
How you know I don't have no space?
Yeah, I got no space in the back.
How do you know I don't have no space?
Because I tried before.
Huh?
Because I've been in this situation.
So every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL expert.
No, I don't never have to order Uber XL.
Then I'm really sorry.
What's your name?
Abraham Carter.
Okay. Nope.
What's up, y'all? Gerald here, creator of Gospel Chops and your host for this YouTube channel, back with another video. Now, y'all, we got to talk about this one for a minute because this story right here is full of foolishness. If I could put a word on it, we could have a word of the day. The word would be discretion. Well, maybe self-awareness. Well, you know what? There's a whole list of vocabulary words I could assign to this video because this is a hot mess. A story of a woman, a Detroit rapper, as she calls herself. Gotta be, and I'm just eyeballing it. Y'all know, you see me on the internet all the time. You know the internet adds a few pounds, so they say. This woman gotta be about 500 pounds by my eyes. This Dank DeMoss, as she calls herself, this super morbidly obese woman, this rapper from Detroit, called a Lyft driver and said, "Hey, bro, I need a ride. I'm trying to go to this football game, this watch party in the city. I'm half dressed to impress, letting all my spillage spill on out, wearing clothes 2 sizes too small. I'm out here, I'm in these streets ready to be seen, ready to party for these Detroit Lions, ready to rock out for my city." And the driver pulled up and he said, "Oh, no. He saw her coming." According to her story, he said, "Oh, she saw he was making faces when she approached the car." He said, "Oh, no. My suspension, my shocks, my tires, my seat, oh, my car." Y'all, he pulled up in a Mercedes and he thinking, am I gonna put my car at risk? Like the Clark sisters say, no, of course not. He told her, "Look, you're gonna have to call somebody else. You need an extra large Lyft. This is not an extra large." And let me just say this, y'all, because I'm kind of weight conscious myself. If you looked at my driver's license, it would tell you I'm 235 pounds, 5'10" and a half. Well, I happened to step on a scale on yesterday, and that joint said 251. I said, the devil is a lie. I done gained all this weight back. Oh, God. Oh, get me right, Lord. Look, tonight is lumpia night. It's going to get even worse. But I understand it. I'm weight conscious myself. So to see somebody walking around like this who seems to be so unaware of the impact her body might have on this man's car. And we depend on him to know his car. We don't depend on her to just hop in any vehicle and say, "Oh, well, this is what your vehicle should be to hold me, to transport me safely." No, this man should know his vehicle. And he said, "Look, this ain't a good situation." Okay, well, he talked too much and it became problematic. I understand he was trying to wiggle his way out of the situation. He was nice and polite. He wasn't rude at all, but he said too much. And now he got a lawsuit against Lyft, and she's gonna try to cash in on it.
Tonight on The Edge, a Detroit rapper is going viral for something other than her music.
Fans know her as Dank DeMoss, and they're fuming after a Lyft driver allegedly denied her a ride because of her size. And Fox News' Jessica Dupnack is live in Detroit with this story. And my goodness, tell us how this all unfolded here, Jessica.
Well, it all unfolded on video. Deja Banlane whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit.
Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smarter than that, you know.
Deja Blanding tells us she was just trying to get to a Detroit Lions watch party this month when her Lyft rolled up.
As I'm walking, I see him like making faces or whatever. I'm like, oh man.
She already knew.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can.
Believe me.
He told her there's not enough room in his car.
The kicker part was when he started to talk about his tires. You know, I feel like that was a slap in the face. That was like my tires, you know, like.
The driver said his tires could not handle her weight.
Every big person you turn down because they can't fit in your car?
Yeah, because they need to order the Uber XL.
You know what? I don't never have to order Uber XL.
He apologized, canceled the ride, and left her there. The rapper says she's pretty tough. Dank DeMoss, as she's known at the mic, is crushed by the whole situation.
I just want them to know, like, it really hurt my feelings.
It looks like Lyft might be hurting pretty soon, too.
I knew it was illegal, and I knew that it was wrong.
Her attorneys, John Marco and Zach Runyon, say weight is a protected characteristic in Michigan by law.
Wow. It would be no different than a driver pulling up and saying, you know, I don't want to have black people in my car, or I don't want to have Christians in my car, or Muslims in my car. Under the law, it's the same.
The lawsuit is filed. Since she posted the encounter on social media, other full-figured folks have reached out saying the same thing happened to them.
I can fit in this car.
No, believe me, you can.
Yes, I can. I really want people to see, like, what we go through as bigger people, you know?
We did reach out to Lyft. They did not get back with us in time for this story. Now, Lyft, Uber, those rideshare companies, they can refuse passengers based on a perceived security threat. But according to Deja's attorneys, you cannot discriminate based on someone's weight. It's very clear in that cell phone video. That is why he denied her ride. Reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
And because these Lyft drivers, they're their own personal rides, I mean, they turn people away, but they have some discretion, you're saying. But when it comes to some of these protected liberties, no.
That is what the attorneys are saying, and they said they had enough to file suit. They have filed that lawsuit, and Lyft has been served, but we will see what happens. We'll stay in touch with Deja.
Y'all, I could be here all day and couldn't express in words how much I have disdain for people like this. I've sat in law school classrooms across from him, and I knew that they couldn't wait to get out of school and start chasing ambulances. This man is going to file a lawsuit against Lyft. He going to make a big stink. He going to try to shame the driver and the company. Although these are 1099 workers, they're independent contractors, he going to make a whole big issue out of it and try to get a quick settlement and take 40% of her settlement. But rest assured, y'all, there's another side to this. And Lyft got some good lawyers. I would assume they can afford them at least. They're going to go into court and argue, well, what are the damages? He didn't even charge her for the ride. He canceled it on the spot. She got refunded. She didn't pay anything to him. Oh, you might have had a delay in getting to your party, but I bet if we did a follow-up on this story, I bet she found her way to that party. She just looked like somebody who would. Especially if they had a little chip and dip situation. Y'all got some wings over there? Oh, she gonna make it to the party. All right. I said I wasn't gonna do that. Let's get back on topic. Y'all, they're gonna get to court. They're not even gonna get to court. This case is gonna be mediated. It's gonna be settled out of court. The attorney's gonna argue over email. They're gonna go back and forth. And they're gonna say, bro, you ain't even got no damages. Her emotional damage? No, you can't even blame him because she was the one recording with her phone. She was the one who blasted it on social media. So how you gonna blame him for her emotional harm? You can't do it. Just like he messed up in the way he approached her. She messed up in the way she approached him. So what you gonna do? It's gonna wash out in the end. If I were on the jury, I would rule in her favor because Michigan law says you can't discriminate against the fatty fats. Oh, don't get mad now. Only if you follow this channel, you know we talk about the blackity blacks, we talk about the whitey whites, we talk about the messy Mexicans, we talk about the Asians. So we can definitely talk about the fatty fats. Anybody can get it over here in Jesus' name. I would rule in her favor just because that's what the law says. And I like to go according to the law. That's why when I get in your kid's ear, I'm trying to teach them to be law-abiding citizens. But when it came to damages, I would award her a single dollar. $1. You ain't getting no more because you wasn't damaged anymore. Let this man go out and chase ambulances somewhere else. Let him go up to Flint. Let him go up to Saginaw. Chase some ambulances up there. Right here in this Detroit case, you're not winning today, bro. You're not going to get the bag off a Lyft because this situation is a bunch of foolishness. And these people who are this size, who are this obese, need to be self-aware. Y'all, I've been on planes before with folks who spill off all into my seat. And I say to myself, I believe when I booked this flight, I paid for a whole seat. I wonder if this person next to me paid for a seat and a half because they spilling way off into my area. Oh, you off in my personal space. I paid for a whole seat. I don't think it's too much to ask for you to be a little self-aware. But y'all want to say, oh, it's body positivity. We're promoting positivity. No, you're not, because I feel pretty negative about it. Shout out to Dank DeMoss. She tried it. Shout out to Detroit. This is what y'all doing. This is what y'all putting out here in the atmosphere. Shout out to this ambulance chasing lawyer who gonna represent this chick on some foolishness trying to get a bag from Lyft. I heard another YouTuber say she called Lyft. She didn't call forklift. Y'all, this story is some foolishness. But it makes me want to eat better. It makes me want to go exercise. It makes me want to be more self-aware, even though I go out of my way to be aware of self all the time. Because none of us is perfect, y'all. We all got flaws. No matter what box you put yourself in, what category you put yourself, you are flawed. You ain't perfect. If you think you are, take another look in the mirror. Do another assessment. Figure out what your flaws are. Might not be fatty fat. Might be something else. Might be a nasty attitude. Figure out what your flaws are. Figure out how you impact other people and own your stuff. There's the message right there. That's the message of the whole video. Own your stuff. I've gotten in an Uber before. That was a little tiny Tesla. I sat in the back seat behind the driver and my knees were in the back of the seat. I said, boy, can't nobody fit in here but some little kids. I could never own a car like this. Bro, I can't fit in here. And I ain't this size. But the man surely could have told me, hey, bro, your knees in my back. I feel your knees through this seat. This car ain't big enough for you. You need to order a bigger size car. And you know what? I would have said, you know what, bro, you right. You sure right. Because this is uncomfortable to me. And I would have understood. I would have owned my stuff as he owned his stuff. Yeah, your car too small. I'm too big. It's just a bad fit. We ain't working out for each other today. Wasn't our day. Erykah Badu said, maybe I'll see you in the next lifetime and it'll work out a little bit better, but not today. Well, hopefully this chick learns a little something from this. As you look at the imagery of this story, you just feel sad for the whole situation. You feel sad for her being that big and not wearing no clothes. Girl, you out here in a half shirt? What are you promoting? What images are you putting out here in the atmosphere? What are you teaching these young kids who might look up to you and say, oh, she's a rapper? Dank dumbass? Oh, I want to be like her. Do you really? Because you're going to get out here and you're going to find out. The Biden administration is gone, y'all. I just finished watching the confirmation hearing in the Senate for RFK Jr. You know, make America healthy again. It's a new administration. Things are changing in society, and it's going to include your health. I hope they put exercise back in school. When I was a kid in school, they used to make us do jumping jacks in the morning. Put it back in school. Make them run a few laps. Yeah, they going to smell like outside. They kids. It's okay. They need some exercise. You're not feeding them good in the cafeteria. You give them that cafeteria slop. Let them run it off. Make America healthy again. Notice how I focused on the children? Because sometimes when you get to the age of Dank DeMoss, you might be a lost cause. And I hate to even say that, because even as I sit here and think about it, all you got to do is burn off more calories than you take in, and you will see your life change. That's the way God created us all. That's what makes God's creation so amazing. That's what makes God so amazing. Sis, I hope you figure it out. I know this is just a little story that whizzed by the timeline. It'll be over in a little piece. Your attorney will be heartbroken. He'll go find some other ambulances to chase. And he'll leave you on the curb just like that Lyft driver. And it'll all be over after he take 40% of that dollar that any jury worth his salt would award you. Y'all let me know what you think about this. It's a crazy story, but I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share the video so we can get more people involved in the conversation, y'all. And like I always say, always remember and never forget, without the gospel, it's just chops. Until next time, peace.